The wicket will do the rest. It's just that.
Hi everyone, this is Norman Koshnik. I'm here watching the lead to day two with Murali Kartik and Agaka are both talking. I have the papers from this morning as well. We've got the Australian, and you'll notice the heading there very clearly says, come in spinner. Come in spinner, because they're talking about Aussie bowlers give India a return serve of humiliation. A return serve of humiliation. There you go. The reality is that Australia's back better. India will do better in the second innings, I'm pretty sure. And there we have a heading there. It says, not good enough. War. Slam state of Indore pitch. So it says not good enough. It says war. And even Gideon Haig, it's not Gideon Haig, it is Gideon Haig. He said, dodgy deck backfires on reckless Indian batters. So pretty having a good old go at India, I'll tell you that now. So there you go, there's some articles there. You can see the not good enough war slam state of Indore pitch. And then you've got dodgy deck backfires on reckless Indian batters, says Gideon Haig. I really thought Smith would back it today. Well, in terms of money, Johnny, he'll play. Yes, he certainly will be playing. So that was in the Australian newspaper. I've got both the Australian and the Daily Telegraph. The Daily Telegraph will show it. That says, I'll take it to me on my ears at the moment. So Daily Telegraph, we have on the back page, let's have a look at it. If I will win. Well, a bit early to say that. The article here says, positive spin for Australia. Positive spin for Australia. And the test ban fallout, like have a PM's visit. So when the deck is stacked against you, well, it's in fact, Bazball's here to stay for the Ashes. There's a few articles there that are of interest. I'll try and put a few of those up for you as well. You know, it is of interest to me. So Lyon 3 wickets, Murphy a wicket, and of course, you know, we had the wicket there of good old Kuhneman. I'm just going to test like a few pictures here. There we are. I'll post all these two for you. So, Manu John, Jadeja should not have been promoted. Although that was a dud for a little bit. Eyes on Sports Wide, manager, because there's going to eventually be other sports. I'm going to be talking about more about soccer, women's soccer, cricket, obviously, football, Olympics. Well, there's a few categories I'm going to talk about in the future. So stay tuned for that, guys. I'll be here on that talking quite a bit. So yeah, it's worth watching. So this match today, it's about to start in a matter of 7 minutes' time. We'll see Australia resume their batting. I'll get this up total-wise as well. Realistically, the papers have been slamming Indian pitches, but the truth is, it's not about pitches. It's not about pitches. It's whole about the way you approach the pitch. Look at the question there. Was Australian PM going to watch the fourth test in Islamabad? Apparently so. That's the issue that we're carrying on about at the moment. Question there. Was Australian PM? Okay, I'm just going to pull up the team sheets. Live scores. Live scores home. Of course. So India were all out 109 yesterday. Australia, after 54 overs, a 4 for 156. Peter Handscomb not out 7, having faced 36 balls, and Cameron Green on 6 after facing 10 balls. So it's a very interesting set. Ashwin's bowled some 16 overs without taking a wicket, and Jadeja's bowled 24 and taken 4 for 63. So a major part of the innings so far has been the bowling of Jadeja. I was in at least 250 today. Well, that's what you'd think they would need. Rahul Gupta, hello sir, how are you? So the match summary as it stands, Kohli was the top scorer with 22 in the 109. Gill got 21. Umesh Yadav got 17, and so did Bharat, the keeper. Kumar got 5 for 16, 3 wickets for Lyon and 1 for Todd Murphy. Love from India, thank you. Love from Sydney at the moment. Sydney, I've had all sorts of issues. Why not in India? Smith should have survived till today. Well, he didn't. So, what can you do? What did they get score-wise? Yeah, so Travis said 9 again, should not be opening the batting, should not be in the team, but that's my thoughts. Usman Khawaja, brilliant 60, fantastic 60. Labuschagne, pretty solid 31. Smith got 26, was caught unfortunately by the keeper off Jadeja. With Hanscom and Green in, we're still got Carey, Stark, Lyon, Murphy, and Kernan. Now, if everything goes India's way, they could be at close to 200, and we could be seeing a very close game. But we'll wait and see what happens. The lead at the moment is only 47, which is, you would argue, big in the scheme of things, but we'll see actually how big it actually is. You know, I'm not convinced Australia are that far ahead just yet. They're not far ahead just yet. I think there's still a bit of a way to go. We'll just wait and see how that pans out, though. Just bring up some more paper articles. And as I said to you, if pitch is good, Aussie is in trouble. Anyway, it's now favourable for Aussies only. That's pretty true. Pretty damn true. I've got this here. I've got that there, and that there. So, yeah, we've got a long way to go before we can. So, positive spin for Australia is one of the headings, followed by test baseball as well. I'm not sure that's exactly taken it down. So the Australian newspapers have certainly been very hard hitting on the Indians. And look, again, I don't think there's an issue here with what's happened. I just think we're being ridiculously hard on the pitches. The fact is, both teams have played, and Australia can only be rejoicing the state of the pitch, actually. So, would Australia collapse before reaching 200 lead? What do you think? No, I think 200 lead. They're 47 in front now. I think if they get 200 lead, that's a monumental lead, to be honest with you. I don't think they'll get that many. I think they'll be lucky to get 100, to be honest with you. And anything less than 100 puts India right back into play, because India, we certainly know, can bat well in the second innings and recover from this with a bit of application, which I'm sure India will be applying themselves quite wholeheartedly, to be honest with you. I can't see any reason why they won't be. Honestly, this is a far from a foregone conclusion at this point in time. I'll tell you that much. We've got a filming day here. Okay, we've suddenly got 4,999. It'll be very interesting to see what actually does transpire. So, yeah, I don't think Manu John are going to get a 200 lead. Cameron Green's gone on the bat now, I can see. He's up there on 6 with Peter Hanscom. These two guys I rate, certainly rate in terms of their overall form. So we'll wait and see what the story is here. So Hanscom, he's faced 36 balls, has Peter Hanscom. Love from Nepal. I've got someone from Nepal there. So Charles Jesse, Australia is going to win this match. So I don't think it's that conclusive just yet. Ashwin and Jadeja are seen to be practicing their lengths. I doubt Australia would bat exceedingly. I don't think so either. Aussies better bat till the end of the second session. They will. I really don't think that they're going to get that big a lead. I think if they get 100, they'll be anything above 100. They'll be somewhat rejoicing, to be honest. It's my thoughts. And I don't think we're going to get anywhere near that. So let's just see. There's a long way to go on this match. Still a long way to go. Very much a long way to go. This last. So it looks like they're bringing on the fast bowlers, are they? Cameron Green's facing. Let's just see. I think Siraj is on to start with, bowling to Green. I think that's a smart move. Their pace bowls can do some damage too. Let's not discount them at all. The pitch looks worn. Doesn't look like a day 2 pitch to me, that's for sure. But it's not horrific either. I don't think except when it gets to the ends. Certainly there's a lot of scratch marks on the pitch. And oh yes, definitely around there's a lot of breaking up going on just where the bowlers, oh my God, that looks a very different proposition, that middle area there, that end area. Siraj bowling to Green. Nothing really happened at this point. Looking at the situation as it stands, you would have to argue that so Canson's a good selection, I think, now on these wickets. He is. Ashwin will be super hungry today. I think he will be too. The first Australian cricket team which mentally feared about Indian pitches. Yep. Norman, so what would you be your pitch rating? I don't think it's a problem. If both teams are playing on it and one team's getting relatively good runs, I've seen worse pitches. I've seen worse pitches on the Gabba when they were green tops. I'd say 5 out of 10. It's below average, but it's not horrific. Look at it there. We're looking at it now. It's broken up, but it's not causing that many problems for both. So India didn't apply themselves, and Australia seems to be applying themselves. So I don't think there's any pitch problems at all, really. I think it's an overstated situation. It could do a lot worse. A lot worse. So Marjan Green also has some chance to do a 60 or to 80. Well, he does, because he's not going to be much of an opportunity to bowl on this week because the spinners are going to be the dominant force. Ashwin's there, Jadeja's there. They both got a little bit stressed. Siraj is, and I think those spinners want to get the ball in their hands, to be honest. Now, what's Cameron Green pulling out last second because of it? Just, for God's sake, I don't know why they're so fussy. Watch the ball, for God's sake. Don't watch what's behind the arm. Beyond me. Let's just wait and see here. Cam Green on 6, facing Siraj. So the question here is, how much term would it be available on day 5? Enormous. Probably keep very low too. What's the secret of Australia's sporting success with 20 million population? An outdoor, Vignesh Cornell, we're an outdoor country. We love our sports, and that's simply the reason why. It really is a matter that we've just been outdoor sport bullying nation for so long that we just love our outdoor sports. Simple as that. Green is trying to keep out Siraj in this over. I think it's the last ball now. India has none for the free reviews available in Australia Treasury. Yeah, India are a little bit of trouble when it comes to reviews, but then they think, oh, well, they'll get the wickets. zero reviews available for India. Yeah, that's true, but it shouldn't matter if they bowl well. Shouldn't matter at all. We had Khawaja, no, not Khawaja, Labuschagne talk before the match. There's Michael Tivenuto. Where are you doing this live? Sharan Raj from my home address. Is the show sport okay? How does ICC allow this pitch? No bounce, nothing. Kartik Raj saying they probably shouldn't allow. Then they shouldn't allow the green tops in Sydney or in Brisbane. They shouldn't allow the pitches in, say, England on occasions, or New Zealand on occasions, and South Africa, and certainly the West Indies as well. So look, we could bag it till the cows go home. I think both teams are playing and they're getting through this. Australia are now 4 for 156, which is commendable in a number of wickets. So I haven't got a problem. Not much bounce, but it suits the Indian bowlers. Batsmen, at least. Jadeja's coming on, and he's the key. He's taken 4 wickets in the first inning so far already. It is the key, no doubt. So with a 55 overs gone now, 156 to score. Pretty commendable scoring rate. If you're watching this program for the first time, just view, like, and share the post and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and notification button, and you'll get notifications all the time when something happens. So we have Jadeja looks pretty happy. Hanscom there. Jadeja's bowling beautiful line length. Ooh, it was so close to theirs, it wasn't funny. Still no runs scored this morning. They're rather defensive field placings, I must say. Just don't get it all or two. That's enough being golden. Okay. Did Australia have sports university like in a sportsmen are self-funded? Sports persons are generally self-funded. They do have some scholarships, but not many. Just the love of the sport. Vignesh Kumar, that's why. Morley Kartik, Matthew Hayden, and Sunil Gavaskar are commentating there. Jadeja's bowled some 4 deliveries, I think. Australia gets, India, sorry, gets a couple of wickets. We could be in for a real match here. Hanscom's batting very carefully. Very good start. They usually use a wicket early, for example, Travis Head. Good bowling from Jadeja. Geez, he's a good bowler. So 2 maidens to start the morning off. I'm sure there's no rush for anyone here. Certainly no rush for anyone. So Khawaja got 60, Labuschagne got 31, Smith 26, 4th 156. Today's taken 4 wickets already. He could easily head for 7 or 8. I think that's what he would like to head for. 47 runs in the front. No runs have been added overnight, well, this morning at least. I want to know the truth about 7 p.m. Australia have beer culture watching news channel with beer. Is this true? No, not really. It's not true. Not anymore. Maybe in the old days, some ockers would do that. Australians don't do it. Maybe guys that are out on their own at a mine site, perhaps might. Maybe in the heat of the day out on the beach. Isn't it let it be maiden overs, yeah. Yeah, that's right. This scored, I don't know, it was a 4, was it? It was Cameron Green. It's beaten the field, and it looks like it's raced all the way to the boundary. Ashwin's a bit sloppy there in the field. It's a 4, yeah. Do you remember Muhammad Amir? So, yes, of course, it's a classic. It was a good bowler. Very good young bowler. Green's hit double figures, scores now 51 in front, Australia. What do you think about day 2? And I think that Michelson's, I think India will take steady wickets, and Australia will be about 100 lead, 120 lead, and India will go into bat and bat solidly, and they could easily knock this total off by the end of the day, and then start putting runs on the board, which Australia has to get. And that's where it's very interesting. Say if India can bat well and get 250 in the second innings and lead by about 130, 140, it could be enough. I hope that's what happens. How to use pace in this kind of... Well, we saw Shami and Siraj in the first couple of tests get wickets early, so no reason why I can't use it. Do you know Wasim Jaffa? I know of him. Sharan Raj, yes. Opening batter, wasn't he? He commentates on Quick Info, I think he does, if I'm not wrong. He dropped off there very quickly. Oops, Cameron Green bent down there, didn't really seem to know what he was doing there. I think some good pace bowling won't. I don't know. Cameron Green's about 6'6". He had no reason to be ducking there. Siraj is a good bowler. If India took bowling, then I guess it would be complete. There's one choice for Australia. Do you mean that if they get wickets now? Well, they're likely to. They get Green and Handscomb out, then they're into the bowlers, and they can drop off pretty quickly. This partnership is pretty crucial, as well as the one with Alex Carey next, and then comes bowlers after that. Stark, Lyon, Murphy, and Coonan won't last long. And all the balls keeping low. News reports are saying that it's almost sure that a 2032 Olympics will be part of Olympics because of popularity in Australia. What do I think? Yeah, it looks like it will be. I'm pretty certain that there will be some form. It'll probably be a T20 at best. It can't be any more than that. Definitely be a part of the Olympics. Vignesh Cornell. There's no fun when the Indian-Australian series is played in India. The hype and energy is when they play in Australia. Oh, fair enough. What's the score? Kenroy Fioran, how are you from Jamaica? Australia 4 for 160. They're now some 51 runs in front. They've only scored 4 this morning. I think that's all they've scored. The one boundary from Cameron Green through mid off. Are you coming to India during the ODI World Cup this year? Sharan Raj, I will definitely be coming. Looking forward to it. Big time. So leading by 51 runs is not enough. 151 runs will be significant. Anything less than that could make it close. Really taking the time, these two. Let's see, Smith and Labuschagne glued to each other's bodies. Handscomb's 7 runs off 44 balls. Janae's bowled very well. Ooh. And depth of knowledge for world sports and world cricket. Any help needed in this channel, I can help you all. Okay, no worries. Just keep doing maidens, it's fine. Hanson faced 46 balls for his 7. Ooh, jeez. I beat him neck and crop. Went very close to off stump. Nice fun, actually. The bat behind you contains which player's autographs? Well, the one there has Viv Richards. Viv Richards over there, actually. Wes Hall, Curtly Ambrose. A lot of West Indians on those bats. So India produced 104, then Australia got 203, India got 205, and Australia got 93. So this could be repeated here. Australia by 99 in that match. India's got 205 and led by just over 100. And Australia are all out for less than 100. It's possible to repeat itself, I'll tell you. Ooh, beaten again. I'm fine, thank you. Where is your hat, bro? First seeing you without a hat. Oh, it's pretty rare. I don't wear a hat, but I thought I wouldn't wear it. Siraj is not effective. Yes, he is. So showing a match here back from 2004 Mumbai, where India got 104, which is not different than what they're getting now. Australia got 203, and then India and Reply got 205, and then Australia couldn't get the 90 runs to win. Could easily happen again. Morley Kartik talking to Matthew Hayden, who looks very much lacking hair there. Green's just squirted that away on the leg side. Now we're talking about lock of Australian batting talent in domestic cricket. Is that true? No, we've got a real lack of batting talent, I would argue, especially upper order battle. I mean, a young guy called Arjun Jain, Arian Jain, I should say, in Queensland, got a debut at lat number 3, but then he's fractured his finger and he's off to hospital to get it fixed. Hardik Joshi, I think Australia can win this match. Well, let's wait and see. Can Australia win the match? Kieran Fern, Ken Roy, sorry. At this stage, they're in a good position. There's 52 in front. Still 6 wickets to go. They lose a couple of wickets and they all fall apart. You never know. Hanson becomes very circumspect. And the question that's being asked is how much of a lead can quick info. I would argue there's a long way to go. $200's not enough. Will Simba can he was captain of the series. Soren Raj, I think so. I think Cummins won't come back for the last match. No point. If Mother's passing or is ill, he's not going to be back. Matthew Hayden was talking with Rahul Dravid before the match. Matthew Hayden's got this stupid pink hat. I'm sorry, it's a very stupid pink hat. Ball's keeping low. Sure, it certainly is. I think they may put Axar on. Axar Patel. No, they could. I think they're going to. What happened to Will Bukowski? Poor boy, having concussion regularly. Well, he's still suffering from it. Made a comeback, and I think there was another problem that he had another setback. He always seems to come back and have a setback within a few games. It's a very sad state of affairs, to be honest with you. Siraj, is he injured? Is he still bowling? I'm not sure. Will Bukowski's not going to play for Australia. I think that's a matter of very unlikely. I think Australia needs to start to consider Curtis Patterson again, Jason Singer. Yeah, Ariane Jane there from Queensland's come through, but number 3 in your first match for the state. Pretty impressive, except for a broken finger. Australia's only added, 5 runs? 5 runs today in some 3 or 4 overs. When ODI squad of Australia starts to go to India, when they're coming, it should be very shortly. Well, probably another week or 2, actually. Because it's a very different squad. There are some players that are playing the Test series, a lot of them are new players. England had the entire different team going over to play Bangladesh, and they had the Test team in New Zealand, and then one day side almost entirely in a separate team in Bangladesh. I don't think there are any crossover players at all. Interesting. Hanscom's scored his first run of a very short ball. I want to know from you, is he, Australian cricket talent, are coming uniformly or the majority coming from Western Australia? Oh, there's players in New South Wales, some in Queensland, some in Victoria. No, I don't think it's just Western Australia. I mean, Marsh is clearly from, not Marsh, sorry, Green is from Western Australia, but Carey is from South Australia, Stark's from New South Wales, Lyon now is from New South Wales, Murphy's from Victoria, Cooner's Queensland, Labuschagne's Queensland, Smith Sydney, Khawaja Sydney, Head is South Australia. So it's only, in terms of Western Australian players, there's only Cameron Green. Cameron Green's the only Western Australian in the Test line. England did the blunder of giving follow-on to New Zealand. They did, correct? Hanson scored another 2. Hanson moves to 9. Green is 11. The score is 4 for 163. Australia and now have a lead of 54. They're inking out a gradual lead, yes. Cam Green's very much putting his foot forward. South Africa are 4 for 49 in reply to West Indies 212. 342 was the first thing, so they're ahead by 179 runs, South Africa. You think, well, the 50 or so runs there are going to win that match. Why WTC final is hosted only by England? Well, that's the way it is at the moment. It's just what's happened so far. They've had it at Lords, now they're going to have it at the Oval. I'm guessing they're going to keep consistency about that. Who knows why? It's New Zealand's home ground. Why in the heck would they give a follow-on to a home team? No idea. It worked against England. England have been pretty good, though. I want to know one thing. Mainland Australia cricket venues look very sunny, but Tasmania's Island study looks completely, feels like playing in New Zealand. That's true. Tasmania is, now he's out. It looks like something's going on there. Oh, geez, how did that not bowl Hanscom? I should have bowled him, actually. Yeah, Tasmania is right down south, almost equal to New Zealand. How many matches are you watching at the same time? I'm just watching the Test match and the scoreboard of the South Africa Windies match, but then no one was playing. New South Wales are playing Victoria, and New South Wales are 6 for 121. It's been played in Albury, of all places. Hanscom 9, Green 12, scores 4 for 164. Jadeja. Bowling well. Today's bowling very well. Visit Sri Lanka, Tumbumgi, Tumbagan, Gumni Diaries. I visit Sri Lanka. I was married to a Sri Lankan for 15 years. I've been to Sri Lanka about 20 times, if not more. I manage some of the female cricketers that play for Sri Lanka. I love Sri Lanka. I speak Sinhala, Tikak. There you go. Manager, England will suffer a huge disappointment for this 1-all draw, and on top of that, to lose 1-1. Oh, I think that's the way they play in their cricket. Their manager, I think that's not. They'd be unhappy to lose this, but it's more the euphoric nature for the New Zealanders to win a match they weren't expected to win. I'm sure Hanscom, in only a matter of 25 minutes, is already getting the cloth out. He's getting some new studs screwed in. So, do you watch IPL? Yes, I certainly do. Well, cricket and Olympics will be played. If I'll say more, I'm sure it'll be played in a lot of venues. It'll probably be played in the Gabby. Yes, well, it depends. Yeah, it should be. They'll play in different states. Akshar Patel, someone mentioned before Akshar Patel were the first bloke to come on, and he has. He's come on to replace Siraj in, and now they've got Jadeja at one end and Akshar Patel at the other. Ken Green is facing. Partnership was 18 runs so far. Fourth one 64. The lead is 55. Green seems to be he's not playing any crossbat shots, that's for sure. So Ashwin is the third choice this morning. The first two being, of course, Jadeja and now Akshar Patel. Well, that was a bit edgy, but he may get a single for that. Looks like he will. Yeah, they have 13 just now. We'll have 13 come up. What is your favourite team in the IPL, Sharan Raj? That's a great question. It was always Kolkata Knight Riders. I do like Delhi Capitals a bit too. Manager, let this stew cook for a bit. I will be back. Okay, manager, go ahead. Akshar Patel, he's got potential of causing some grief, I'll tell you. Let's just have a look. I want to see the more concurrent views on that. So what is your opinion on CSK? Well, MS Dhoni's there again, Sharan Raj. That's great to see. Vignesh Connor, if you get time, then visit Udaipur in the state of Rajasthan. It's known as the Venice of India. Well, Rajasthan certainly is. I've been to the triangle of. I've been to Jaipur. Is Udaipur in Jaipur? Near Jaipur? Rajasthan is Rajasthan. Rajasthan's the state that has Jaipur. I've been Jaipur. I've done the triangle. Jaipur, Agra, Delhi. Favorite increase of yours? Vignesh, could I think, well, I like Wankhede, I like Chinnaswamy, I like the one in Kolkata, as in Eden Gardens. There's also Chinnaswamy, Madras Stadium. But my favourite really is Dharmshala, I would say. In the past, touring Asian teams in Australia being whitewashed various times, then why does Australian media and ex-players cry about loss? I don't understand a couple of them. I think it's a lot of carry-on, to be honest with you. A lot of annoying carry-on. They're showing India this series. Jadeja's taken 21 wickets. Ashwin 14. Patel 1. Siraj 1. Yadav none, but of course Shami took a wicket as well. Hanson wants to block for the rest of the day, it looks like. He's not going anywhere. Hanscom's faced quite a few balls now. 2-2 looking like. Well, I don't think so. I don't think it'll be 3-1 at best. So, what is your opinion on MI and Kinesko? Well, Chennai Super Kings because of Dhoni's influence is great. Mumbai Indians because of Rohit Sharma's influence is great, and obviously over the time Tendulkar as well. You don't like biggest cricket team in the world, which is Ahmedabad. That's a fantastic team with 1.25 lakh of capacity. Well, Venus Kuna, I haven't been to it yet, so I can't comment. It does look magnificently big, but I like Dharamshala. Kapil Verma. Also, it's very evident that India versus Australia are on the cards for a World Test Championship final. Yes, that's true. Let's see what pitch will be offered there, but it won't be controlled by India or by Australia, therefore making it neutral, which makes it good. It'll probably favour Australia slightly because it'll be more of a seaming type wicket. But there's been plenty of runs scored on that ground too. Australia will be all out within 30 balls, Manish Gaming says. Well, I'm not gonna go into that comment. It's altogether always very possible. For 166 puts them some almost, I think, 59 in front, does it not? 57 in front, in fact. Hanscom was 10 of 65 balls. I have a question for you. Go ask a couple, Burma. If all conditions are normal, this match would be in Dharamshala. Well, it was meant to be there, wasn't it? Which is the biggest Australian sports league, BBL or Rugby League or AFL? BBL certainly not. AFL probably beats Rugby League, but BBL certainly not. It's third for sure. AFL ahead of Rugby League. Okay. Australians look very relaxed there. Okay, I'm getting a fair few messages here. So we'll look at them. I'm trying to go to Roland Garros, the tennis. Top 3 Australian leagues, according to you. Well, I mean, it's going to be AFL, Rugby League, and probably cricket. Yep. So 4 for 167, Hanscom 11, and Green 13. They're inking out quite a 58-run start to the innings. It's pretty good. There we are. Long way to go for this match to be decided. Hanscom is really a good player of spin. He is. He's very, very, very balanced. For bad player behaviour, players are being fined for match fees or match ban. Likewise, umpires should also be fined for bad umpiring. What are your thoughts? No, that they would have no umpires left if that was the case. Because every game someone would be complaining about the umpires. No, I don't agree with that at all. We're desperate to keep our umpires. That's the key, I think. Hanscom wearing a floppy white hat is on 11. Well, we got he went back a bit there. Hanscom was really good. Yes, he's batting well. Famous last words though. We don't want to jinx him. Cam Green's just quietly gone about his business on 13. Aksar hasn't taken the wicket yet. But one bad decision changed the course of the match, doesn't it? Yes, it does. But it's how can we be perfect? You can't blame an umpire for that. We're lucky to have good ones, let's be honest. Norman, so do you have an Instagram? So I do. It's at Norm Koch. It's on the screen. See, Norman Koch, at Norm Koch. That's my Instagram. Today just still has the 4 wickets. 3:30 time was. India need to take a wicket though. It's almost gone 36 minutes without a wicket. They need a wicket, and pretty soon. You can see that Sharani just started following them. So Green on 13, Hanscom on 11. And we have 4 for 167. Green's definitely concentrating on these. They're in no hurry to go anywhere. That's for sure. Big, long stride from Green. Of course, he's a tall man. So who will dominate today? Chandu, I think Australia will for a while, but I think India will come back. And especially when they bat, India will come back. Not over yet. Every ball's watched by third umpire, whether it is no ball or not. Then why is it can be looked at? It's just the way it is. Sure. What is impact player role in IPL? Well, it goes for it in terms of goes for the sixes, but comes in and bats or may bowl like very fast for a period of 3-4 overs. Green's just hit what looks like it was a 6, was it? It looks like no, or at least a 4. He's just jumped all over Jadeja and clobbered him. So look, Cam Green seems to have decided I'm going to go for this, and he's picked it up and put it. He decided that's enough for me, and I'm going to hoik it. And did I go for 6? No, it just landed inside the boundary. So the lead is now 62. Having another break after 39 minutes, I think that's a bit too much. Way too soon. Hanscom on 11, Green on 17. Atson on 31. This session's over. I've seen 10 runs. Sorry, is it 10 overs for 15 runs, which is bloody slow. At the end of the day, match will, what is time? At the end of the day's play, it's 10:30 p.m. Australian time. 100 runs lead more than enough. Do you reckon Dabasha Mahati's joined us? Why are you each channel not growing fast? Chandu, I think it is. I've got 38,000 subscribers. It's pretty good, isn't it? It's had a slow period, but it's picked up lately. 38,000 subscribers. I think that's pretty good. 38,100 subscribers. In fact, do you want to know exactly what it is? It is, in fact, 38,158. 38,158. Peter Lawler's not a crook, I think. Why are you? My YouTube channel's doing well, Chandu. What are you talking about? You don't think 38,158 is good? I think it's okay. Green's batting very resolutely. Indeed. Definitely batting pretty well. I used to watch Australia hosted BGT by waking up at 4 a.m. There you go. Norman don't want a test career is over. He might still sneak in the Ashes series, but I kind of think this year will be his last year. If he gets he probably will get to be in the Ashes squad in England, and he might play the Australian series home, but I think that will be about it. But yeah, I think it's not totally over yet. Green 17, Hanscom 12, Australia into the 65th over. They're 4 for 172. Axel Patel yet to take a wicket, conceding 32 runs. The lead is 63, which is getting there. If it was 163, I think Australia would be extremely happy. But to get to 163, I think they won't be there. You get through these two batting well, you get a wicket on these, and you'll see a couple fall very quickly. What do you think about Dhoni's career? I'm a Dhoni fan. Dhoni's career's been magnificent. The fact that he's still playing at all is amazing. How old is Dhoni these days? Chandu, go and find out how old. I think he's in his late 30s, that's for sure. If not, pretty close to 40. MS Dhoni, how old is he? Chandu or Sharan Raj or someone tell me the date of birth of Virat Kohli, of MS Dhoni. This partnership is 26 of 97 deliveries, the second largest amount of balls faced. Second biggest partnership so far, too. I think the ball through the bacon slips area. Looks like Hanscom comes forward. Puts the score at 176. The lead was 67. Hanscom moves to 16. Green on 17. It needs selection panel. Yeah, I kind of agree. He's not pulling out, and Dolomay's not much good either, if you ask me. Yes, I agree. Why you blame pitch than India? No, I don't blame the pitch at all. I'm not blaming the pitch, not even slightly. Australian media, some of them are, yes. Your crash critics tend to love to knock the pitch. I'm going to go an hour's play and then I'll call it quits, guys. So. $67 runs in front, so they've added 20 this morning. 20 runs have been added this morning. When can we see the Tri-Series in the future? It doesn't happen very often, I'm afraid. It's pretty sad, actually. It was a pretty good state of affairs having that. Norman, Fox Sports commentators Mark Waugh is banned, did you say, or is barred? Well, he was in India and he had a problem with one of the Indian, I'm not sure who it was at, I can't remember, one of the Murali Kartiks or Dinesh Kartik. And he's banished back to Australia, and Mitchell Johnson's there. Of course, Mark Waugh went there in the first place because Michael Clarke was there. So Mark Waugh, he's a bit of a, I'm not going to say too much, bit of a tosser, to be honest with you. Ravi Shastri, Mitchell Johnson, Ajit Agarkar are now currently commentating. On 61. 46 minutes of play is gone. There's been 21 runs added. Hanscom 17 and Green also 17. Last over was 5 runs. It'll show lead by 68. It's getting there, but it's not far from sufficient. So Axar Patel has come back on. 68 runs to the lead by. Norman, Fox Sports Company, I already talked about that. When is next BGT fixture? I think it's in Australia, not end of this year, in the next year. Cricket field predictions, how low? What's your opinion about women's IPL, Leslie Healy, captain of UP Warriors? Is she captaining? That's great. Do I think Aussie can win cricket fever predictions? I don't. At this point, you'd think yes, but it's too early to really be sure. Let's see how the game develops. Your T-shirt is great, representing your channel. Yes, thank you. I think Aussie will win the test. Do you think cricket fever will get still? I hope they do. I hope they do, but I'm not certain yet. No way am I certain. Green's batting very resolutely, isn't he? Four for 178 is a very commendable score for Australia, really, on this pitch. Is it getting easy to bat? I wouldn't have thought so. You wouldn't think so. I haven't bowled Ashwin today, and it's already close, getting close to an hour. Which city does Chennai Conditioners match in Australia? Gee, it's not many. If anything, probably up in Townsville, but there's not much cricket played up there. Like pitch-wise, no, it's more of a, we haven't got any pitches like Chennai, I'm sorry. To be really honest with you. And for us to compare, that would be silly because we simply, when was your last time visiting India? 2019, and COVID hit. And I wanted to go last year, but mother passed away. This year I'm about to do it. So when I get a chance, I'm going to do it. To most money, knowing why this Australian team looks balanced, green, start back, makes Australia look team strong. Well, yeah, it does. It does make it look better. I think Steve Smith's captaincy as opposed to Cummins may be also relevant. Steve Smith's captaincy is clearly that of a captain. Cummins never was really, I'm sorry, was not a captain. Ooh. Handsom's gone for that and completely missed it. Nicely lobbed up there. Hanson thought of going for it, and he did, and he was nowhere near it. Well, they're going up there. It doesn't look like anything. I think Australia is on the way to win this match. Well, it does appear that way. There's 69 in front. It does appear that way, but I'm not going to be conclusive about that. Great delivery. Okay, we've gone an hour now, guys. Ricky Ponting's team was the scariest when I was 15 years old. Of course, I would have been. You were 15 years of age. Should I have any test match fixtures after the IPL? They only go straight to the Ashes, I'm pretty sure. IPL's what, April, isn't it? April, May? Australia go to Test series against England, well, the World Test Championship, and then the Test Ashes in England. Today's is bowling wonderfully well, 4 for 76 off well over 30 overs now, I think. Well, he's bowling all sorts of variations too, and he's proving to be very, very accurate. Well, okay, that's how are you? Ravi Shankar, Mitchell Johnson, and Ajit Agarkar are the commentators. Jadeja's bowled. How many? So look how many he's bowled. Live scores. Cameron Green hasn't scored a century yet, by the way. His highest score is 84. Jadeja is into his 31st over here and only hit for 76. Pretty impressive. He's taken 263 wickets, an average 23.75. Pretty impressive. Axar Patel, 11 test matches, 48 wickets, at an average of 16. That's pretty amazing. Sharan Raj, do I come live daily? As much as I can, yes. Cricket Fever, I will definitely be asking the public about who won the IPL, don't worry. Indian pitchers were never in the equation. Ashwin's coming on. Now he might see some fireworks. He hasn't taken a wicket yet. Australia lead by 70. They're 179 for 4. Hanscom 18, Cameron Green 17. Hanscom's already hit 1,000 test runs with 19 matches, and Cameron Green's 823, also in 19 matches. Batting averages, Hanscom 39, Green 35. Both pretty solid. So, Ashwin's bowled 16 overs, 2 majors, none for 40. So he's been, wicketless so far. Test career matches 91 for 463 wickets. You would think that Ashwin will come on start taking some wickets. Normal wise selectors, hang on, did Sean Marsh retire? I think he had from Test cricket, he has. Why is he not picking Matt Short? It's too early for him. The way Border series rivalry going on, can you imagine what will be the excitement level of series when India tour Australia 25 matches? I think it'll be great. First time in history, 5 test match series in Australia will be great. 24, it will be a great series. It will be. Currently, which season is going on in Australia? It's autumn. Just the start of autumn. I don't think Sean Marsh, again, cricket, I think he retired, not from Test, at least from Test cricket, I think he has. State cricket, I think he might be still flying around, or at least not state cricket, but I think the short form of the BBL. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't think he has retired totally. Currently, which season is go? I told you. Just, give me a sec, guys. Back in a second. I'm just going to go to the toilet. Okay. Now. Yeah, so I'm going to make myself a coffee, guys. Just give me a sec. Still there, guys. Bear with me a sec. Making a coffee, guys. Just give me a sec. What's the grey what it's called? Yeah, both their green on 18, handsome on 18. They're both going on quite swimmingly well. Yeah, bloody scissors. Where did I put those scissors? I have a pair of scissors, guys. Don't know where they are. Scissors here. Okay. Still there, guys. Okay. How have things been going, guys? Update me. So the ball's just gone down the front leg. No which country has fast fill? You would think Australia, but India certainly has. Pretty close to it. Overload pictures also favour us, but yeah, most of India does. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's your home track. That's what you want, and then pick the wickets you do it. Australia bowls fast, bouncy wickets. We don't favour you. If anything, MCG is probably the closest. And then there's all these drop-in wickets anyway. Well, now in 11 minutes, we've got no wickets. It's like my Lord's cut. Can you see? Father Time Lords. Where do they get it from? From Lords. Where else would you get it from? No one wants to have you try Indian food. Of course. Many, 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 many times. I was married to a Sri Lankan, so spicy food is something I'm not, you know. Vindaloo curries, Madras curry, Punjabi food, Kerala food, South Indian, Italy, dosas, eating a chocolate. So they're 4 for 186. Hanscom and Green are both on 19. 70 overs have gone. It's some 15 or 16 for the day. They're now 77 in front, which was by no means out of the woods yet, but it's certainly getting that way. Highlights this point, well, not many highlights really to talk about. We would have to argue. It's only really been 20 or 30 runs hit. 57 in front, 47 in front, so they've added 30 in that period. None for 30 up the first hour was a chance potentially. They've batted well, but, you know, reserved, but they've batted well. How have you tried Hyderabadi biryani? I've tried biryani from all over the place, but not specifically Hyderabadi, no. Yeah, so it's certainly been a very brisk start on the first hour's play. So Sharan Raj, I'll need to try a Hyderabadi biryani, which is a chicken biryani, is it? Or lamb. Hanson's batting average is 39. He scored a century. Hyderabadi biryani is world famous. It feels like heaven. I prefer it to taste like heaven than feel like heaven. Ashram's coming on. He's bowled 17 overs without success, which is, I would argue, very unusual. Hanscom's there, looking very solid. He's faced just 3 shy of 100 runs, 100 overs, 100 deliveries. Nothing wrong with that, of course. Make sure you make comments in the post comment line, not just the live stream, if you don't mind. Let's not talk about the pictures anymore. Come on. That's certainly bounced, doesn't it? There's certainly a bit of spin being taken from the bat of, or the bowling of Ashwin. Anyone that's watching the show that is not subscribed, please subscribe. Be nice. So how much lead should they require to declare this innings? Well, they're not going to declare at all. There's plenty of time and they're not going to declare, I think, Australia. So you'd want at least 200 in front. They're only 77. Anything around 200 plus, then Australia, India will be in a bit of trouble. But you just don't know how well they can bat this in innings. India could quite easily come out and do really well. Everything went wrong with them in the first inning. So who do I think, MR Viner, who do I think will win this match? At this point, you have to say Australia, but it's so early. With a 77 run lead, it's looking good, but India can come out and score 270 and then Australia won't get 200. Oh, was that dropped? It's out, he's caught now. Shami's just taken a wicket, not Shami. Ashwin has taken his 464th wicket, if I'm not wrong. He's just taken the wicket of Hanscom, caught it silly mid on. Very jumpy ball. A fair bit of bounce there. Yeah, inside is big time. And taken, I think, by Shreyas Iyer. Will this match go 5 days? No way. Hanscom out for 19, caught Shreyas Iyer, bowl Ashwin. 98 deliveries faced. So effectively, that's now 5 for 186. There's 27 run lead. Australia could be all out very quickly here. So what I'm most interested to see whether Alex Carey actually tries to sweep or reverse sweep the first ball. That's going to tell me a lot about his mental state. And I'm hoping he doesn't do any of that. It was a solid 19. And he's got faced 98 deliveries. It's nothing to be sneezed at. So after an hour's play, Australia lose their first wicket of the morning, having put on 30 runs. They were 4 for 156 at the start of the play. They were 5 for 186. Alex Carey not facing because Yadav's coming on. I can't see Alex Carey reverse sweeping Yadav. Not a good sign for Sarah Rishikesh Deshpande, all right? Hand from the pass, yes, he was going well. It's will be interesting to see what Alex Carey does when he faces up. If he pulls out the reverse sweep, we're in trouble. Yadav's only his third over of the innings. At least they need 300 plus. As a total, yeah, I agree, and they're not going to get that, I don't think. Not at 5 for 186, they're not. Look, Hanscom did a pretty good job. Cam Green's defence is very resolute. Show Pagal, hello, how are you? How are you? Paces are absolutely useless in these. Well, not really. They have a job to play. Aussies are over defensive today. Oh, yeah, a little bit. But they also have to occupy the crease. That did 30 runs. Cam Green's very defensive, that's for sure. I'll agree with that one. Okay. Please put my comment short. What paces are useful for some? Yeah, I did. What's your comment? Please put my comment. I did put your comment about the defensiveness. I did say your comment. There you go. I put it up. I want to see one more over. I want to see how Kerry starts. I did put your comment, Sherapug. Ask me to put your comment. Say my name. Speed Sing. How are you, Speed Sing? All right, so there's Vittori with McDonald. A guy I'll never remember his name. Not important, to be really honest with you. Also, we're in the glass. I think they're King Chip. They're not. Oh, hello. That looked a bit. Yes, in fact, he's been given out with Michelle there, proving that a pace is worth. Same name, Ayush. I did say Ayush. Okay. Almost how to use fast bowlers in these kind of positions, as we've just done there. Michelle has taken a wicket. Looks like he's got great LBW. That just proves the worth of bases. Are you a former Australian cricketer? No, speaking. I'm not a former Australian cricketer. I play cricket in Australia, but not for Australia. For their CG level. Banu Prateep Singh, Indian Navy. How are you? That looks like it's. Oh, he's gone. He's clearly gone. It's his back leg, and it's heading for Iston's. Yeah, he's out. And that will be the 6th wicket with 79 in front. Then we get into the bowlers, and then we're going to see some wickets tumbling, I'd say. Where am I? I'm in Australia, Sydney. Yeah, Green departs. Green's out there. Is he out or has he survived? Hang on. Umpires call him. Umpires giving him out, so he's out. Well, he looked out to me. So 2 new batters in, 6 for 188, 79 in the front. By no means is that anything around the 100 mark is still gettable for this Indian team. So did you play first-class cricket? Yeah, you could say that. Australia will win by an innings or have to chase a low target if they bowl out India quickly. I don't think they're going to bowl them out quickly at all, Mr. Minor. Which will start with this. This is going to be interesting now. How these two could either go. Oh my God, Green the pass. I reckon if these two play to the form that I'm expecting them to, they're both going to have a go and get out very quickly, and then we'll be down to 8 wickets before you know it. And 79 runs is not enough a lead if India can bat capably. It's a nice looking girl. And I predicted it. bloody Carey, first ball, tried to sweep. I don't think he's going to last long doing that. To be honest with you, that annoys me. Really annoys me. As India play Rugby Trevor, what does Australia play? Sheffield Shield. It's called Sheffield Shield. I want to say Graham Wicker for the fourth test is not going to happen. Not in India, it won't. It'll be a Roland Garros pitch, meaning orange. So please do something. 3 runs not enough. I agree. I can't do anything. I'm not the one out there batting. And Umesh Yadav proven that it's a medium pace. Your fast bowlers, your Shamis, your Sirajas, can all take wickets. Shouldn't be discounted. Mitchell Stark has tried to drive and he's got himself a single. Mitchell Stark has played 76 matches. He's got 1,845 runs, average of 22. It's not to be sneezed at. Carey's at 18 for 687, average of 34, which is okay too. But these two will be tested now. Against Ashwin, they'll be tested. So did you watch MS Dhoni move? Yes, of course I did. And Australia, if Australia has to chase down anything more than 150 in the last innings, they're in trouble. I'll tell you that now. They're already 6 for 190 in the form of ascendancy. They're in a lot of pressure. They won't make that score. Not the second innings, they won't. So did you watch? I did watch. Yes, I didn't miss him for MS Dhoni. I think Ashwin's going to take a nice little handful now. Oh, geez, I don't think Alex Carey doesn't know what to do if he doesn't sweep. No, so what is the lead you are predicting? I think Australia won't get more than 120 in front if they're lucky. They're lucky to get 120. They're 70 odd in front now. They're not going to get more than they're going to lose wickets very, very quickly now. Okay. With these two in there, I don't think they're going to be patient enough to bat it for very long. 81-run lead. I can't see them getting 120, but what's it? Carey has a bit of luck his way. So I can get a 150 lead. Then I'm thinking they're on a bit of a chance because I don't see India getting 300 the second innings, but India could well do that. Centre area of Australia map, which is so big, is any people living there? Not many. It's not completely empty. There are Aboriginals there. Can Basil win the Ashes versus Australia? Yes, will prove it will. I would say yes, it will. It can. I think it'll be a real test of Australia. I think Australia's really up against it. They'll be up against it. Are you from Canberra? No, I'm not. I'm from Sydney. Stark is going to swing to the leg side. I think he'll probably do something similar to that, yes. Six for 191. There's some 82 in front. Oops, what happened there? That didn't go where Carey wanted it. He was very lucky. All right, I'll see these two bat and we'll go. Okay, I've been on for an hour and a half. What's 15? What? Why are they charging $9? God. So where are we at? Questions here. What's the time where I'm at? Kenron Theron. The time is now 4:21 p.m. and in India it would be just coming up to 11 o'clock. Despite being so sim sports, what's the reason Australia did not rise to football? They what do you mean they're not well football? They're in the finals. Stark's just gotten out. Musiala's proving to be the one to take the wickets. 7.92. They're going to fall like 9 pins now. I think you clean bowling, if I'm not wrong. Oh, very ordinary effort from Stark. And don't just think spinners can take wickets. We're in the World Cup several times. We're very much up there. What do you mean? As per previous record, Ahmedabad is a hardcore spin pitch. How would be this time? It'll be a hardcore spin pitch again. I picked Australia. Well, Australia, what? First thing would be 223. I don't think we're going to get 223. We'll be lucky to get 223 now. We're only 783 in front. If we lose the next 3 weeks very quickly, we'll be under 100 in front. That means India have got a very good chance. Australia has still 2 reviews, I think. Stark didn't prove to be any worth at all there. I come live daily, yes. Hopefully. Musiala was proving he's 2 for 7. Oh, almost went through line again. The ball's keeping very low. Carey's there, but the line, they got this 7 now. They got only Murphy and Koeman to go. They won't last long. You get one of these 2 out, we're going to be all out under 200. That's why I have a lead of 90, which is pretty good. It's actually very good. But do you think Carroll should get more chances? No. Watch the facts. I am Deadpool. Oh my God, Lyon was extremely lucky. Then he's inside edge. He's just missed the stumps. He's got 4 runs for it. He doesn't deserve those 4 runs, put it that way. And Michelle deserves a wicket there. Oh, it was so close to bowling and not funny. So rugby league kicking off tonight. That's good. Okay. One more over after this, and that's it, guys. And I'm heading out. We've had 205 chat matches, which is good. Green was LBW for 21. Carey Hanscom 19. Carey at 3, but Stark went for 1. Lyons on that 4 off a bloody big edge. Murphy and McKinnon went last for a long time. I still think under 100 run lead will happen. I would say this was the best chance to win a test series in India after 24 Herrick's. No, Australia can't win the series. They're already down 2-0. All they can do is draw it level, and that means they won't retain the trophy. I don't think. Because India have the trophy. So they have to win the series to win the trophy. So at the moment they're 2-0 down. All they can do is best is make it 2-2, which I don't think they can do. I'm sticking with your you throughout the season till a lot 8 bowled. Okay. At the time Mark will play this kind of some pictures of early. Mark was pretty good back in his day, but he's a bit of a jerk when it comes to commentary, but it works out with that. Is that another wicket? Well, Australia reviewing it. The original decision is out. That'll mean 8 down. I don't think they're going to make. They're not going to be 100 in front. They won't make 200. So Ashwin has. That looks out to me. This is Carey too. That'll leave Lyon, Kuhneman, and Murphy to. Carey's gone. Yes, I think he is. Definitely pad first. Decision out. Looks like it's in line. He's gone. Yep, out. So that's 8 down. So Australia lost 4 wickets this morning for some 40 runs. 4 for 40 this morning. They were 4 for 156. Now they're 8 for 196. So they're effectively 4 for 40 this morning. Lyon's going to be joined by Murphy, and then the Kuhneman will come in after that. No one said, did you met the past and modern cricket? Of course I have. Sharan Raj, I have met a whole host of them. They're all on my show. If you go back through my videos, you'll see Monty Panesar, Adam Hollyoake, Alan Mullally, Merv Richards, which is Viv Richards' brother, Shane Watson, Russell Arnold. I've interviewed Greg Chappell, Ian Chappell, Jeff Thompson, Doug Walters, Len Pascoe, Ian Davis, a whole host of them. Finally, Carey is out and not with trying to play a sweep. Well, he did play a sweep shot. What are you talking about? Embarrassing, simply dud of duds. Well, it is a little bit. 8 for 196. Lyon Murphy, they're not going to last long. Australia are currently 87 in front, which is a lot. India bats well. The openers could peel it off. Ashwin was taken 2 today. Yadav was taken 2. No, he doesn't know what he's doing. Come on, finish this off. It's only a matter of time before Ashwin takes his wickets. With Kuhneman left and Murphy in line, there's not much batting there. So Murphy, give him 100 at least not going to be it. I know, I agree. Are you going to go and watch? Yes, I certainly am. The final, WTC final. The way IPL is going, it's already become second biggest league after. Yeah, it certainly is getting that way. Make sure you make comments. One of the videos, actually, when I stop this live video and we go to it being on the system, go and make comments there too, guys. Don't just leave it bare. What if Shane Warne is bowling in these conditions? So he would do well, extremely well. Eight for 196 after 75 overs. A lead by 87. I feel should be cut down to 1.5. It's killing the national cricket. No, it's not killing the national cricket at all. It's probably the reason why international cricket is still there, I'd say. Complete opposite. That looks out to be, oh Jesus. I think India will do well in the World Test Championship. Come on. But Australia's more likely to be favourites for that, yes. All right, guys, I think I'm calling it quits there for the day. I've been on for long enough. Is that another wicket? No. I'm not sure that is what's going on there. They're all standing up. No. Come on, Yadav. Let's bowl them. 197 to the lead by 88 now. So much for that. Todd Murphy has just been comprehensively bowled by Yadav. There's the 9th wicket down. Yadav has just proven that medium paces are so stark, and Green should watch this. Umesh Yadav has taken 3 for 32, and he's now the 9 for 197. They're 88. They're 5 for 41 today. Good comeback from India, and early 8 runs is not enough. If India can peel off without losing a wicket, then the pressure's right back on Australia. India get 150 more, and then that's too much for Australia. 197 for 9. Couldn't won't last long. So Vignesh, is Australian culture similar to England or different? Australia is Australia. It's not England. It certainly comes from an English base, but it is its own ochre Australian way. The lengthy views, well, Australia is more outdoors than England. We've taken up most of the sports of England, as it has India. Australia, more sort of convict-like, they say, but I think we've gone beyond that. We're multicultural now. We're not just one nationality. Great hairstyle, Norman. So thank you. Okay, let's just have a look here. 95.97. It looks like with Kuhneman, and I can't see even Australia getting 200 here, which means they'll be below 100 lead. English I've taken 332 to justify his inclusion. Very motivated, he must be. Tom Murphy was bowled neck and crop. 15 first class career, 15 matches. He's not scored many runs. Not sure what he was doing with that shot. So India are 5 for 41 this morning. In the last 11 runs, there was 5 wickets. With 25 minutes to the lunch break, I don't think there will be one. Well, there won't be a need for one betting amongst the betting efforts. No, awful shot by Todd Murphy, had no idea. Come on. Let's finish this off now. It was very wide from the other. Let's just see. Shall I wait for this last wicket to fall? It's pretty obvious it's going to happen very soon. Kuhneman line not known for their runs. I mean, Kuhneman's line got a lucky 4, which was the inside edge past the keeper. Certainly not deserving of 4 runs. 88 run partners, 88 lead, which is not enough. It's a good lead. It's something of a lead. You can't knock it. But seeing they had Australia all out, England all out 109, they should have been much more in front than they are. So. Ball went straight through. Lions not wanting to get out to Ashwin, that's for sure. I want to ask interesting question to you in India. Majority of households have engineers. Majority of households? I hope sports person. Probably. Not engineers, that's for sure. Nor IT consultants. And that's it. India all out Australia's all out for 197. Only 88 run lead. Ashwin's taken the third wicket. He's got line. How did he get line out? I missed that. So Australia was 6 for 41 this morning. Not enough. Lyon's gone for the big alley hoop and he's gotten comprehensively bowled. So India have taken 6 wickets this morning for 41 runs. Australia all out for 197. They've got a lead of 88. You would argue that's not enough of a lead. If India can get past it without losing many wickets, we could see India score 200 odd at least. If India get 230, they're going to win this match. I can't see Australia getting it. They got 197 in the first innings. Australia, they're not going to get more than 150 in the second. They'll be lucky to get 150, 120. Now that means India have to get a score of around the 200 mark, probably 250, and that'll be enough. If India can get to 250 in their second innings, which I reckon they will, because they're just, this is more the momentum will be back on their side. 5 of the top order batsmen got double figures, and then there was a complete collapse after that. Calvage 60, Labuschagne 31, Smith 26, Hanscom 19, Green 21, all fared pretty well. Head yet again failed, and the rest were just flopped. Innings break or session break. Well, there's still 20 minutes to go. India could face 10 minutes. You would argue it's a good comeback. So 6 for 41 in that opening session, which is definitely back in India's favour. And Australia has a lead of 88, which is impressive enough. But if India can knock it off without losing many wickets and go past by 150, they'll win the match. It's as simple as that, I'm afraid. If India can bat well, which I'm expecting to get a lot more than 109 in the second innings, we will see a very different result. Yeah, it certainly wasn't another collapse, and you can't blame the wicket. It was just poor batting. Poor batting. Medium pace got the wickets, you know. You can't say it's good. You can't say it's good batting. That's for sure. Just wanted to see what the I think Australia's collapsed, losing 6 for actually. Not only was Australia 6 for on this one, they lost 6 for 11. That's not very good. Sandeep Labuschagne from Nepal has given a day release to go to. Well, there's an ugly-looking photograph. There it is, 6 for 12 and 28 balls. That's it. I like that. Oh boy. Bloody awful dismissal of the line. That was a shocker. Cannot be happy with that. There it is. MS Yadav reached 100 wickets milestone. Great, good stuff. From 186 for 4 to 197 for 10. What a comeback by a team. Certainly was. And it was poor batting as well. Very, very ordinary shot. Very ordinary shot indeed. Well, 88 is just not enough. Yeah, there's. Mijado takes 500 wickets, which is great. He deserves it. He's a great player. So I like Mijado. Always done very well. Very good effort. Australia Claps losing 6 for excellence. It's quite ordinary. Now, India bat well now and get a punch from 100 plus. I mean, did you watch the movie RRR? Yes. So we've got 10 minutes to play before the break. Let's see how that goes. But otherwise, I think I'm going to call it quits, guys. Don't forget to view, like, and share. Australia collapsed, losing 6 for 11 to be all out for 197. They're only 88 in front, which is certainly not, you would think, psychologically enough. I could do a lot better than that. Yes, Varun and Guy, they're all out for 197, correct. So Australia collapse, losing 6 for 11 to be all out for 197. Once again, the same story, poor collapse. Yes, I have to agree. Scored Australia and give Australia 130 or 131. So they're Rowan Cole, I agree. Tiger, I don't think India will score more than 150 easy win for Australia. No, I don't think so. I think they're going to get 200 plus and they're going to make Australia bat and have to survive, which will be diabolical. That's my prediction, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't think India. I think India will potentially score more than that. I think they will. Almost Shadov certainly was on fire. What's the comments about that? Test match is a beauty. 11 for 6 is right. Well, exactly. So I need to pick early wickets. They're not going to get that chance. Well, they're in the bat already. They come back out there, haven't they? Can we predict result as a draw in these kind of pitches? No. Virunga needs some scoring from middle order, especially Pujara and I. Let's try the openers to start with. Well, Mitchell Stark's coming on now. He's had 300. They finally worked out. Yeah, 6 for 11 they were. Let's see what we got. 12 minutes before the break. Let's see what that can happen. Stark could be dangerous. Robert Sharma can also explode too, and these two could knock off that 88 really quickly. Bit of swing. Am I in CA headquarters? No. These two could knock off the 88 run and lead themselves. That's what I'm kind of thinking, more inclined to think. These two will be very buoyant now, very upbeat, and want to make amends for the first innings. Stark's nowhere near as accurate as he was in the first innings, so far anyway. Okay, we'll watch these 10 minutes out, guys, and then I'll go off the break. Beautiful shot from, oh my God, he hit that beautiful. There's a man down there, though, surprisingly. 1 for 5. Already down to 83 lead. There's only 10 minutes before the break. Let's get some background noise, shall we?
Don't know if that will go with green, but maybe seeing the ball swing this way, maybe just a couple of short.
Can we go with 4 spinners and 3 of these kind of pitches? Why not? But I think the inclusion of a couple of many fast bowlers helps. Michelle have still got 3 wickets. Let's not forget that. Three to Ashwin and 3 to the other. Quinlan looks pretty keen, but I don't think he's going to have as much success in the second. Why? Because I think India are going to learn from their first innings. And this is their home tracks. Nicely played there by Robert Sharma, at least 2. Bit of blood there. I can see a bit of blood on Mitchell Stark's finger.
Nicely played. But right on top of it, didn't try to hit it too hard.
12 runs they've gone back. Wow.
More intent on controlling it, aware of that field with a chop mid-wicket.
What's your views on it? Big collapse. Yeah, it was a big collapse. And it just shows that this match can turn around like that. 9 for 8. They're already only 80 behind it. These two could knock off that 80 sometime after lunch, and they're already in front. And 150 or thereabouts will be enough because Australia will not get that in the second innings. They got 197 in the first. They got 177 in the first last Test match. The difference here will be that they won't get more than 100 on it. So that tells you that India only need a couple of hundred runs in their innings, matching Australia's innings virtually, and 109 will be too much for Australia. That's my opinion. I mean, Australia are on top at the moment, but the more runs that these two batsmen get, the more it will be back to even and then start going in India's favour. And once that happens, it's all over Red Rover. This is it. Well, Kuhneman's the one that's going to show his wares. Bill's a bit more wear. I think there'll be a lot less going on the second innings. He won't have the same luck. He's not that good a bowler to come on and do what he's done in the first match. We've only got 7 minutes before the break. It was a very good ball, though. If you bat the line of the ball, you'll survive. But 2-0 down, Aussie came back strong, but it shows you it can't bat in all conditions. That's just true. I totally agree.
Nice angle of the scene. The thing is, unlike the Indian bowlers who are bowling on the off stump or just a little bit outside, what Kuhnemann has done, and the reason why he's got the wickets, he's bowled on the middle and leg and got the
So let's see.
So forcing the batters to play at it.
6 minutes to go before the break. Well, it will not be running out of wicket this time.
He'll be looking to get a bigger stride forward. That's how he got in the first innings. Looking to cover that angle now and get really forward.
Playing every delivery here. He's pulling a really good line.
And they will make 400 now. Okay. Let's hope they do.
He's come out here with a lot of confidence.
Then Australia's got to know it.
5 for the first innings. There's a lot of confidence going into the second innings.
Good control. Let's take the 2 in the over. That's 9 for the loss.
9 after 2. They're already 79 runs to get. That's going to go very quickly, you would imagine, with good Indian batting. Those that are joining that haven't subscribed, please subscribe.
There goes Stark. Nicely forward. So Umesh Yadav bowl extremely well for India. And got his reverse swing going and some beauties.
Umesh Yadav.
So late. Good control to right-hander, left-hander. Another beauty to a left-hander.
Umesh Yadav bowled very, very, very well.
Just enough to get past that edge and hit the stumps.
These two seem to know what they're doing.
Big reverse swing, but it was just enough, like you said, Ravi. That's all it has to do. It just has to go a little bit. It probably doesn't look like much on TV, but out there it feels like more as a batsman. But it was going late as well. That's the key to swing and reverse swing, is when it goes late. It makes it very difficult for the batsman to play.
All right. Norman, so can we see the kind of pictures outside some point? Can we see them? Well, what do you mean? Of course you can. I mean, this type of pitch, well, let's talk. Well, obviously Pakistan, maybe to excel. That was more of a road there. Sri Lanka, certainly. Bangladesh, certainly. They're all subcontinent, I know. Not really. England, New Zealand, South Africa is going to be more like us. West Indies, some of the pitches there can be a little bit more spin friendly, I think, and see it goes that way.
And that's just due because of the first couple of balls that swung from Mitchell Stark.
Let's hope. Let's see what we look up. So 78 is now the lead. They're trying to whittle down.
One more over after this for lunch.
Yeah, one more over before lunch. If they're none for down, it's an Indian session.
It was 88.
6 for 40, 6 for 41, I think it was. 07, 47. It's 41 for 6. Look, they can go where he wants it to.
Gets away on the onside.
So the lead is now only 77. It's dropping very quickly.
Looked to keep on scoring runs. Senses a wide half volley.
Ooh, geez, it's like the side of the bat. How to do that?
Come off the pitch as quickly as he thought it would. Lucky that inside edges are nowhere near the stumps.
One over left. And at lunch, I'll call it quits, guys. I think 3 of you there anyway, so. So that match back in 04, I think it was, very similar position. India won that. 100, close to 200, 200, then less than 100. So that's what I'm predicting is going to happen here. I think Australia haven't got anywhere near making this certain. Only 8 runs in front is not enough, which is now 77 in front. Well, I don't think I wanted to hit that ball. Last over, guys, and I'm going to have a break. 378. He's bowling well.
Good line. I think Gavaskar was mentioning about that middle and leg line.
I know it's not coming out, though.
This is spun right across the face of the plate. Smith can get that long off in. He might
It was a woeful bowling by Stark. So far, I would agree. Oath is best. I agree. It wasn't no problem.
Long off straight away. I'm sure he's going to try that last over before lunch. Maybe even have us sitting it off. See the point.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Good piece of stumping. Good piece of bowling as well. It's a sinking feeling in the stomach when he misses the ball.
Hundreds for rolls.
2 balls to go. It's Shubman Gill. So nicely balanced this match. Australia at the upper hand because of the lead. 76 there ahead.
Has he won? As they say,
75 in front now.
could leave the pressure on.
One last ball to go.
It's the last over before lunch. It'll be a real silly battles for trying to put over the top. He's got that man in now. The deep point goes to Vidal. Long off is going to cut close for that silly point. Much better this field. He still has a long off. Only thing is, doesn't have a man at on the boundary. So short cover. He's got a deep point instead. Just long off, short cover, and a deep point.
Last ball before lunch, and India already now only 75 behind, without having lost a wicket.
Shooting to end the session. That went very quickly after pitching.
TV umpires director, we have an umpire review for stump.
There's an umpire review for stump. The chairman just walks off. He's not even waiting. I mean, he reckons his leg is back on the crease.
Another great delivery by Gooner, just around that off stump line, getting plenty of purchase, plenty of spin.
He's clearly missed the ball line. Just confirm that with all dredge, please.
Lunch.
Copy. No bats involved. We'll go to best side on angle, please. Foot is grounded behind the line. Thank you. Ready with my decision for the big screen.
There it is. Okay. Not out. Lunchtime.
So India going to lunch.
So 6 for 41 is what Australia added to their overnight total. They're only 88 in front. And India are already none for 13, so they're 75 in front, behind. But you would argue there's nothing wrong with that.
So again, in a dropping session of play, last 6 wickets falling in a hurry for Australia. 186 for 4 and then 197 all out. And India coming out, they've made 13 for no loss. They're trailing by 75.
All right, so there we go, guys. Any thoughts? Gill not out 4, Rohit Sharma not out 5.
13 for no loss.
Sundry's there, none for 13. 75 behind, but they haven't lost a wicket yet, so none for minus 75, and they'll just whittle as many runs of that off they can before they start adding ones to it. So if they get 220 as a total, you're looking at Australia losing, in my opinion. If India get 220, 250, it'll be more than enough, even though you knock off 88 from that.
So this is what happened in the morning. They were 186 for 4 with Hanscom and Cameron Green going along nicely.
And also making any comments, so I'm guessing I'll have enough.
A flurry of wickets. So much Yadav, the real star there. 3 quick wickets, bowled beautifully. Ashwin being brought late into the attack. Did the job as well, taking 3 wickets himself. But what a collapse that was.
197, so they were 4 for 156, they were 6 for 41.
6 for 11 in 34.
And yeah, that was. They actually lost 6 for 11, actually.
On day 1 was Ashwin today. And he came into
Norman, sir, did you have your lunch? No, I didn't, sir. I'm going to do that now. In fact, I'm going to probably go off for lunch altogether, guys. Any more questions? 2 more questions, 3 more questions, and I'm going to have lunch.
So there you go, as things stand, India 13.
There we go. Good stage of the
I
day.
have to say this last session belonging to India.
Any questions, guys? Let's ask some questions at lunch. Australia lost 6 for 41 in that session. Green and Hanson looked pretty good. But then when they were out, the team just fell apart. Stark, Carey showed no resistance. The bowlers were just all pedestrian. So effectively, how are you doing? Hello, Ahmed Raza, how are you? Where have you been? So it's a certain, a very big positive here. Cameron Green was dropped to seal it off. Some great bowling, and then Canston caught it, sealing it on by Shreyas Iyer. Is it hot or cold here? It's pretty warm. It's very nice. Oh my God, Yadav caused some damage too. And the line luckily got a 4. And then LBW was Carey. And then I think it was 12 minutes, comprehensively bowled. And then Lyon had a wild, lusty swing with that too. So not much to say there about what they've done. And Australia and India have come out and, well, like, I got a few good looks from Kerr, but nothing penetrative. And effectively now, capital over today, Imish picked up wickets. Does that mean the pitch offers our assistance to the fastball? Yes, it does.
That's a lot of runs.
Yes, it's both. Good bowling will get wickets. Good bowling will get wickets. It's as simple as that. Good bowling will get wickets. Good spin bowling, good pass bowling. Like Sharmi did in the first test or two with Siraj now. And Michelle proved it today. You have to argue that there's a fair bit, of good bowling going on here.
The harder ball was seeming to bite and turn. Every ball he actually looked like a threat. So India will be very happy to get through to lunch.
India will be very happy. They will be very happy.
Long way. That's 75 runs. The pleasing thing for me is the ball's turning off the middle of the wicket. So you just got to own those stumps. You'll get enough. You'll get a couple of shoots.
It's been very good bowling, actually. Really, very good bowling.
They can't come out and just look to score free. There's enough in the wicket, so they're going to have to put a high price on their wicket.
Well, you talk about the high price on the wicket. This is the first time probably during this series that India are under serious pressure. Now, the bowlers. The batters.
Yeah, maybe obviously the third morning in Delhi where Australia was 60 ahead in the second. Similar sort of
okay, what have we got here?
This time, they've got to get past.
This collapse could be dangerous. So if India manages to score, of course it will be. And Mishalov was in Greek havoc. Yeah, I'm very impressed with him.
They can't afford to defend everything either.
Why he played,
the scoreboard ticking up, and the pitch is not easy. That's the other thing.
Well, they can't come out and look to over-attack it. If they do, there'll be a ball with their name on it. They'll run past one. So it's going to take a long time to get that.
It was one of those drinks and prails. It was good. Still, we are honestly fine. Not. Yeah, okay, we're not. That's true, but it's not a horrific situation to be in if they get past that score. That's the key to it.
I know went down the week and got stumped in the first innings, but
a lot of comments coming through.
Probably not, but they think differently. The modern day player, they want to protect boundaries, and I can understand that in this game because they're so
realistically. I just muted my TV, Nick Gary.
no.
Did you really go on it? Because to me, the commentary's been pretty good. We've got Mark Ward carrying on. Brad Haddon's pretty good. Brendan Julian I do like, but Mark Ward I haven't got much time for. To me, Australia, that is we expect them to do for the tail. They haven't got much of the tail. They've got very few spinning all-rounders compared to Jadeja, Ashwin and Axel, who can all bat. Todd Murphy can't bat. Koeman can't bat. Lyon really can't bat. Stark can't bat most of things. Carey was pretty bloody ordinary. Green and Hanson were there until they started the day, and then we lost 6 for 11. We lost 6 for 11, guys. That was the key. Losing 6 for 11 says it all, in my opinion. It just seems to me that we can't underplay the fact of where this is headed, and Smith will be disappointed. The comments that are coming through. Hi Norman, I told you today also. Yeah, it's true. I didn't doubt that he would come back, and then we'll gain confidence from this, and we'll bowl accordingly. Abhishek Agarwal, how are you? I believe more than spinners, Aussie should be bowling to start. Well, nice go. As in, I just missed the contribution, which is live stream. Thank you. Umesh Yadav, LBW was not just luck, it was 3 reds and clearly out. Yeah, no, he bowled sensationally to the Umesh Yadav. I think he just proved to everybody that it's not just a spinning wicket. And I think that's the key. It's Australia, India should not have had the spin bowlers opening the bowling. They should have Yadav bowling much earlier when they didn't. But it's all right. Well, they'll get their act together now.
One of the few partnerships in this series where Australia trusted their defence, and they did that for a long period of time.
I'm impressed. There's only the minus 75, yes, but they're a long way towards giving us a nice old shake. Let's be honest.
A few collapses, don't worry. They lost 6 for 11.
6 for 11 they lost. Correct, they lost 6 for 11. It's pretty bloody ordinary. So we've got comments coming through here now. We got Indian wickets team rocked. Aussie's quick shocked, correct. And what's your views on Alex Hales? He is looking vulnerable against quality spinners, in my opinion. Tim Payne was much better than Alex Hales. What are we talking about? The English accent? Yeah, I think so. Alex Hales is pretty ordinary. Hey mate, why don't you lower the voice of the commentary on your mobile, having our conversation? Oh, I'll do that. All right, there we go. The reality is that Umesh Yadav has proven that it's not just a spinner's track. Ashwin's bowled very well as well. Jadeja had a quiet day, but they're all contributing. Australian bowlers, Kuhnemann certainly stand out with Murphy and Lyon the first innings. Let's see how they go in the second innings. The Indian batters will be ruining their first inning performance. They'll be batting much better this time. I reckon they'll get 200 plus. And if India gets 200 plus, it'll leave Australia with 120 odd. They won't get that. Hello, hi. Why don't you? To me, Australia's batting Head 9 again failed. Travis Head failed. Don't anyone tell me that Travis Head bats well as an opener. That's a load of crap. He should not be opening for Australia. We've got a truckload of batsmen who are opening batsmen. Travis Head is not an opening batsman. And stop kidding ourselves. It infuriates me about Travis Head. He shouldn't be opening batting. Kawad's a sensational 60. Labuschagne did well with his 31. Smith was looking okay, but he got out. But Hanscom was with Green, and they did pretty well this morning, contributing quite nicely. And then when Hanscom got out, caught off Ashwin, then things started to happen. Carey didn't last long. Even Green got out pretty well. But then the bowlers, Stark, ordinary. Murphy, Lyon, and Koeman can't bat for peanuts. All out. So you're sorry for Alex Carey. Yeah, but he continued to play sweep shots. He shouldn't do that. He shouldn't continue to play sweep shots. Australia crumbled, losing 6 for 11 and 34 balls. And India were able to not lose a wicket and go on to score 13 or so. So they're 75 behind. It sounds like a lot, but it's not really. It's not a lot at all in the scheme of things. So there you go. Have you travelled all cricketing nations? Yes, I certainly have, Sharan Raj. I have. Been in the West Indies many times, Antigua, Dominica, Barbados, Jamaica, you name it. England, all over England, even Ireland. I've been to India, of course, been to all the locations, Sri Lanka, well and truly, Zimbabwe, South Africa, New Zealand, many times for World Cups as well. I've been to Bangladesh. Haven't been to Pakistan. That's the only country I haven't been to. I want to go there before too long. You're gonna. I can't go. You reckon Australia early? They and all they got 6 for 68 in Nagpur, 10 for 84 in Nagpur again, 8 for 28 in Delhi, and 6 for others. They've actually collapsed all 4 innings, if not more. 4 of their 6 innings, 4 of their 5 innings. Pretty ordinary. Australia won't get 100 runs. Don't be fooled. They won't get, if they have anything more than 120 runs to get, they're not going to get it. They've already proven that. The pressure will be ginormous. No doubt about it. No, Australia have not got enough on the board. They India continue to bat and get rid of the 78, 25 more runs, and look out. What is your age, Norman, sir? I'm in my 50s. Abhishek Agarwal, you wrote that Joel Wilson gave a gift to English on the LBW where the ball is. No, it was not just lucky, but immense fast. I know it was good bowling. Well, I think Carey should be dropped for Josh English. Arrow the best. I'm not exactly going to disagree with that comment. I'm not totally convinced of Carey, to be honest. He's a pretty good keeper. He's not bad. Josh English might be the future. I don't think it's time they bite the bullet a bit and actually look at that situation, to be honest. I would agree. If every ball is watched by a third umpire, whether it is no ball or not, then why it can be whether a batsman is out or not out. Fair enough. The third party thing, I wish we went back to just umpires giving decisions, right or wrongly. I don't mind, because to me, that's just cricket. Make mistakes, move on, and the drama should be included, not excluded. That's my thoughts. Now, I've gone on for quite a while here, guys, and I'm just not. Aussies lead by 74 runs on a turning indoor pitch. Well, it might be indoor turning, but India, these are home conditions, and they're going to bat a lot better than 109 in their second innings, which will probably mean they'll get 200 plus. And if they do, they've scored 400 in the previous test match, so Imran Sheikh showing. It'll be interesting to see what actually does happen. But yeah, okay, so we are looking at a situation where Australia are still in front, but that will be whittled away very, very quickly. Everyone knows that it will happen. Nothing new. Yeah, a little bit true. It's a little bit true. It's okay. Let's have a look here. Okay. I do think we're in for a treat in this session. It'd be nice to see India get a lot of runs and put the pressure back on Australia. I believe India deserve to win. This is their territory. They have all the rights to claim that this is it. To me, this is where they deserve to be. And I think this is where India are the better team. Even though Australia's done pretty well this time India will surely bash up Australia. I think Manajan's right. I think Australia have done very, very well. They got India out for 109. They batted well to be, 4 for 156. But then today, India have just come back hard, and they've got 6 for 11, 6 for 41 overall. All that 197. Only 88 in front. Now Australia's on the worry. India will be minus 25 at the moment. If they get rid of that, then Australia's in trouble. That's all I can say. All right. So after 2 hours and 30 minutes, I'm going to cut short, guys. We'll see each other later tonight, if not tomorrow. All the best.